Hello and welcome to Acoustic Review. My name's Ben Morgan-Brown and today I'm looking at the F-35 Custom from Lowden Guitars. George Lowden's been building guitars now for over 40 years and all current Lowdens are handmade in Downpatrick Island. The 35 series is near the top of the Lowden range and offers many options for the customer, including different neck profiles, different wood selections and also a few other options which are included on this guitar. This particular F-35 has a Sinker redwood top, Madagascan rosewood back and sides, a 5-piece neck consisting of mahogany, rosewood and walnut that's topped with an ebony fingerboard, a scale length of 25.5 inches, and the width at the nut is 1 3/4 inches. A couple of the custom options in the 35 series included in this guitar are the curved fingerboard extension and also the arm bevel on the lower bout. The guitar ships from Lowden in a Hiscox Lowden branded hard case, and the RRP is £5,995. This is certainly a very stunning looking guitar from Lowden, so let's have a listen to the sound and see if it matches the looks. When I first got this guitar out of the case, immediately I'm struck by how beautiful the Sinker redwood top was, and I have to admit I spent a few moments just lost looking at the grain lines on the top. Once I'd drawn my eyes away from that top, I did start to notice all kinds of other beautiful little details on the guitar. The build quality and the fitting finish, well, there's only one word to describe that, and it's perfect. I can't find a single fault on the guitar. The wood selection is absolutely stunning, and the build quality is top notch. It's just up there with some of the best guitars I've ever seen. It's a very unique looking guitar with a almost chocolatey dark vibe. The rosewood on the back and sides is really straight grained, really dark, really draws you into it like a sort of dark mirror, I suppose. There's lots of other details on the guitar that draw the eye as well, particularly the way that the rosewood laminates in the neck curve round the heel, and also the ebony overlays on the headstock and the way that they fit with the Goto 510 tuners, which are a really sleek, modern, cool looking tuner. That unique personality in the looks does extend to the sound of the guitar as well. I felt that the guitar had a very powerful low end, that it wasn't muddy, it was very clear, all the notes were very audible at all times. In fact, that low end was more powerful out front and more present out front than it was from the playing perspective. I actually had a chance to walk around the room while somebody else was playing the guitar, and the low end was audible from all directions, almost like a 360 field of sound. It's not to say that the low end is dominating the sound field. There's lots of other detail in the mid, and the trebles particularly I think have a bell-like quality to them, which when I was playing in Dadgad, which obviously you would, it's a Lowden, all those melody notes that you're playing on the top two strings are really going to have a fullness and a richness to them that they might not have with some other guitars. In some ways I felt like the guitar had a heaviness or a solidity to the sound. And I think that was reflected also in the way that you have to play with this guitar. I'm normally quite a light player, and I found that I had to dig in a little bit more than I would normally just to get the full range of tone out of the guitar. But once you started digging in, it was almost as if you could just keep playing and the sound would just keep going, it would get bigger and bigger. The playability, in line with everything else on the guitar, is again excellent. Although I do think that if you did want to play with a heavier hand, which the guitar rewards, you might want to bring the treble strings up a tiny bit, particularly if you do play in lower tunings, because I think they could get a little bit buzzy if you really dug in. The nut width and saddle spacing are both suitable for fingerstyle and plectrum playing, although I think the slightly wider saddle spacing than normal really does suit fingerstyle playing on this guitar. This guitar has a very distinct personality in its sound, and I think in some ways that might limit its appeal to some players, because I really think if you want to get the best out of this guitar, you need to be prepared to dedicate yourself to it and really grow as a player with the guitar. I could feel that it was trying to coax something out of me that sometimes I didn't quite have, but it's quite exciting to have the opportunity to maybe discover a new style of playing that I hadn't found before. But if you like the personality that this guitar has, it would be very easy to fall in love with it, and it could even end up being the only guitar you'll ever need. The guitar is very versatile, but it does sort of stamp its own personality upon that versatility. So everything you play is going to have a sort of Lowden spice to it. Discussing price and value for money is quite tricky when you have a guitar like this in your hands, because I'll be honest with you, I can't say that this guitar is 3 times better than a guitar at £2,000. But I think perhaps once you get up to this price point and quality of guitar, you're not necessarily paying for materials and workmanship, although both of those, the materials and the workmanship, are excellent in this guitar. What you're paying for really is a sonic identity, and you can only get that by purchasing the actual guitar that you play and fall in love with. It's very hard to find anything to fault on this guitar. Obviously the price is very high, and that's going to be a stumbling block for a lot of players. But if you are lucky enough to be in the position to afford a guitar such as this, well, like I've said before, this could be your only guitar. It would be very easy to fall in love with it. I hope you've enjoyed this video from Acoustic Review, and we look forward to seeing you next time.